Several states tonight are set to change which items people can buy from the grocery store with their federal food benefits. Now, the restrictions, which begin tomorrow, target junk food. Meg Oliver reports on the impact.
Giving up junk food may sound like a New Year's resolution, but for some SNAP recipients, it will soon be the law. On New Year's Day, 5 states will prohibit items such as soft drinks or candy from being purchased through SNAP. By the fall of 2026, that will balloon to 18 states.
It's about nutrition, and there's no nutrition in these products. We shouldn't be paying for them with taxpayer money.
The move is part of the government's Make America Healthy Again initiative, designed to reduce obesity and chronic diseases like diabetes.
We all agree that we want people to have opportunities to have healthier foods.
Stephanie Silvera is a public health professor at Montclair State University.
This sounds like a good thing, but is there a risk to this as well?
Of course, we don't have a good definition of what do we actually mean by ultra-processed foods, right? Where are we drawing those lines?
Hawaii's limits apply to just soft drinks, Indiana to soda and candy, and South Carolina to candy, energy drink, soft drinks, and sweetened beverages. One South Carolina shopper favors the ban.
I used to buy candy all the time, and then we'd run out of food sometimes.
But Silvera is concerned it could make the problem worse.
If what we're simply doing is cutting access to those foods without also providing better access or more affordable access to healthy foods, we're going to see a lot more people go hungry.
That's because healthier food tends to be more expensive. Silvera suggests adding a tax on less healthy food to bring the cost down and more nutritious.
So I've seen a lot of people saying that on the internet that this was fake, that this was just a rumor. I did the research. It's not a rumor, y'all. Starting tomorrow, January 1st, 5 states will enact their waivers. And what that means is that with your SNAP benefits, aka food stamps, you will not be able to buy certain things anymore. Actually, it's 18 states. I'm going to go through all 18 states and tell you what they banned. I'm going to tell you the date when they're going to enact their waivers. But right now, we're going to start with Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and Virginia. In Indiana, they're banning drinks and candy starting tomorrow. Nebraska, soda and energy drinks starting tomorrow. Utah, soft drinks starting tomorrow. West Virginia, soda starting tomorrow. Now, Iowa is the most restrictive state to this date. They're restricting purchases on all taxable food items. You can't purchase soda, candy-coated items, vitamins and minerals, chewing gum, drinks with 50% or less fruit juice or vegetable juice. That's Iowa. Arkansas, not till July 1st. Soda and drinks less than 50% natural juice. Colorado, March 1st, they're banning soft drinks. Florida didn't have a date. They're doing energy drinks, soda, candy, and prepared desserts. Hawaii, soft drinks starting August 1st. Idaho, February 15th, soda and candy. Louisiana, February 18th, banning soft drinks, energy drinks, and candy. Missouri, don't start till October 1st. Candy, prepared desserts, and certain unhealthy beverages. North Dakota, don't start till September 1st. Soft drinks, energy drinks, and candy. Oklahoma, February 15th, soft drinks and candy. South Carolina, August 31st, they're getting rid of candy, or they're banning candy, energy drinks, soft drinks, and sweetened beverages. Tennessee, July 31st, processed foods, soda, energy drinks, and candy. Texas, April 1st, sweet drinks and candy. Virginia, April 1st, sweetened beverages. Now, if your state wasn't on that, they just probably don't care about you being healthy. I'm just playing though. But Kennedy said the reason they're doing this is because they can't force taxpayers to support a program that's causing people to become sick and then make them pay a second time to cure that illness that same program caused. You know, he timed it in with diabetes, obesity, all with the candy, soft drinks. Y'all get it. So if you didn't know, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Big Duke out, y'all.
Starting January 1st, your grocery choices get audited if you are on SNAP. 5 states are rolling out new SNAP restrictions that ban soda, candy, and other foods. Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia go first. This is being sold as a public health win. Less sugar, less chronic disease. As a nurse, I need people to understand what this actually looks like on the ground. SNAP recipients already navigate food deserts, unstable housing, limited transportation, and tight budgets. So now add a checkout system that may or may not accept what is in their cart with no clear list of banned items. Retailers are not ready, states are not consistent, and research is mixed on whether restricting SNAP purchases improves health outcomes at all. So, what will happen is longer checkout lines, declined transactions, and public embarrassment. That is not behavior change, that is stigma. Chronic disease is not caused by an EBT card. It is driven by poverty, stress, lack of access to affordable, healthy food, and systems that punish people instead of supporting them. So if this were truly about health, we would be investing in food access and affordability, not policing groceries at the
New
register.
SNAP bans are getting ready to go into effect this week in 5 states. Starting tomorrow, 1.4 million people in Indiana, Nebraska, Utah, Iowa, and West Virginia who receive SNAP benefits will see restrictions on soda, candy, and other foods. At least 13 other states will follow, including Missouri in October. The Trump administration is urging states to scrap foods seen as unhealthy from the $100 billion federal program. The National Grocers Association says these restrictions will cost U.S. retailers $1.6 billion next year and $759 million every year after that. It's also expected to create longer checkout lines and more customer complaints. 42 million.
5 U.S. states are set to start imposing limits on what food Americans can purchase with their SNAP benefits, starting on January 1st. Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia are the first of at least 18 states that are implementing waivers that restrict the use of Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, benefits. This is on the purchase of items such as soda, candy, and other foods which have been labelled as unhealthy. The changes are part of a broader push by the Trump administration's health and agriculture team to control diet-related diseases by reshaping the $100 billion program that serves about 42 million people in the United States. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins are pushing the waivers as they attempt to get rid of unhealthy foods, a key goal of Kennedy's Make America Healthy Again effort. While Utah and West Virginia are banning the use of SNAP to purchase soft drinks, Nebraska is abolishing the sale of soda and energy drinks, and Iowa will completely outlaw the use of SNAP benefits to buy soda, candy, and a wide range of prepared foods. But critics of this move say that this could create confusion at the grocery store and may not improve health outcomes for recipients, since SNAP is already facing strict budget cuts and will be unprepared to enforce the new rules, as there isn't a list of foods that will be affected. The National Retail Federation, a trade association, has also predicted longer checkout lines and more customer complaints as SNAP recipients learn which foods are affected by the new waivers. The waivers will take effect on January 1, impacting roughly 1.4 million Americans, with the restrictions costing retailers $1.6 billion initially and $759 million yearly afterwards.
Beginning January 1st, 5 states will begin to have bans on certain foods, such as soda, candy, and energy drinks. These 5 states are Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia. This is an initiative driven by Robert F. Kennedy, who is the Health Secretary, and Brooke Rollins, who is the Agriculture Secretary. Both of these individuals believe that taxpayers' dollars should not continue to fund the exact foods that are making Americans sick. Again, this will begin January 1st, and these 5 states are the first states of 18 states that will be enacting this.
Well, y'all, guess who Trump is showing special attention to tomorrow on January 1st, 2026? 5 red states tomorrow will not be able to use their SNAP benefits or their bridge card or whatever you call your food assistance means of payment. If you're in West Virginia, Utah, Nebraska, Iowa, and Indiana, tomorrow you won't be able to buy candy, some potato chips, or sodas. And I'm sure the list will grow with your SNAP benefits starting tomorrow. Yeah, it sucks to be a red state. I mean, what is the harm with candy? I eat a lot of candy still at 46 years old. I like my gummy bears. I don't want nobody to tell me, well, I don't get Bridge Card or SNAP benefits either. And then if I did, I live in a blue state. And I don't know if my governor would support that coming from Trump. Yeah, but anyway, if you're a red state tomorrow, January 1st, 2026, if you are in Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, West Virginia, or Utah, tomorrow you will not be buying your children any snacks, candy, chips, crackers, juices, or pops on your Bridge Card. Happy New Year.
TikTok, y'all are messy as hell, and I got some mess for y'all today, specifically Indiana. So Indiana, they done did it to us. So now you can't go to the gas station, get your kids no snacks for school. You can't go to Dollar Tree and get no snacks and no popcorn for movie night. You can't go to the store and get no gumballs, Hershey Kisses, or whatever you want to call it for the baby showers to set up. You can't do none of that with SNAP benefits no more. They cut it. You can't even get Gatorade. You can't get no Gatorade. You can't get no juices. You can't get no chips. You can't get no candy. You can't get nothing. My thing is, they want to continue to push this healthy eating, this, that, and the third, but y'all still got fillers in y'all food. Y'all still got preservatives in y'all food. Take out that pink mush that y'all be putting in this meat. Take out the MSG, take out the red food dye, like take out all of that crap. Like we literally don't even know what additional things are being put in our food, but y'all want to holler junk food, snacks. Like we don't even know what's in this food. Everything on all of these packages says cancer causing products. So my thing is, if y'all really want to get healthy, make everything all natural. Like why is y'all taking the snacks away? But my thing is, I mean, I understand the motive. I get that. But come on, if y'all really want to push this health kick on everybody, take all of the mess that's not supposed to be in these meats out of the meats. Like, how are we getting sick off of eating lettuce? Raw vegetables, how? Y'all worried about the wrong things. The snacks ain't the problem. The food in general is the problem. And with me working for them, technically you're not supposed to be using your SNAP benefits on other people anyway because it's illegal. If you go to other countries, certain things that's in America is prohibited over there. Like they're not allowed to eat certain foods from America over there. Like it's not even allowed to be distributed in the companies or anything. So that says a lot right there. And I remember watching this one girl, she had went to Paris and she said that she was eating all day. But instead of gaining weight, she was losing weight because they don't have preservatives in their food. Like, the snacks is not the problem. Let's get it together.
In just a few days, foods like candy, soda, and some prepared food will no longer be eligible for SNAP benefits in Iowa. Iowa is one of 5 states that is implementing waivers to restrict some foods that are eligible for SNAP benefits. The confusing part comes to that prepared food. What is a prepared food and what isn't a prepared food? And how will I know what is SNAP eligible? A way to make it a little bit easier on yourself to know whether something is eligible for SNAP is to think about it in how it's packaged. So if the food is packaged by the business, is giving you utensils, and is warmed up to eat, then it is taxable and will not be on SNAP benefits. But if that food is prepackaged and it's not given to you with any utensils and you're almost expected to go home and warm it up yourself, then that will fall under SNAP benefits. It's a little confusing, but it's really all in the way you're intended to eat the product. If you're able to eat it there at the restaurant, then it will not be under SNAP benefits. But if you're able to take that food home and warm it up yourself, then it will be SNAP eligible.
Starting January 1st, 2026, several states are banning the use of SNAP benefits for many food items. Here is what states and what restrictions. The 5 states implementing these new rules are Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia. Now let's get into the specifics. So for Indiana, again, starting January 1st, 2026, so tomorrow, these will be banned with SNAP benefits. They will decline if you try to buy these with the other groceries. Soft drinks and soda, carbonated sweetened beverages, sugary drinks like energy drinks, sweetened iced tea, sports drinks, any candy, chocolate, gummies, hard candy. The exemptions are drinks with milk or natural fruit and veggie juice. Basically anything sweetened or considered candy that isn't a staple food item. So Iowa has the broadest restrictions. Their rule is unique. SNAP can only pay for foods that are non-taxable under Iowa's sales tax code, except for seeds and food producing plants. Everything taxable is not allowed. This includes soda, even zero sugar or sweet tea and fruit punch, candy and candy coated items, chewing gum, vitamins and minerals if they're taxable, certain prepared foods, many snack foods like chips and cookies if taxable. So think lemonade, soft drinks, candy bars, sweetened beverages will all be blocked at checkout. Iowa's definition is a little bit confusing, so some seemingly non-snack items might also be ineligible because they're taxable. For Nebraska, theirs is soda, soft drinks, energy drinks. This does not ban candy in this version, just drinks high in sugar and caffeine. So their limits for Nebraska are tied to drink categories, not broad processed foods. Utah is soft drinks only. So soft drinks and soda, sweetened carbonated beverages, other items outside of soda remain SNAP eligible. This is more of a targeted restriction focusing just on sugary sodas. West Virginia is also soda. So soda, any carbonated non-alcoholic drink with sweeteners, including regular, diet, 0-calorie. Other sugary drinks or candies are not explicitly listed in the state's January 1st restrictions, just soda. But that does mean that 0-calorie or diet sodas are also blocked. So the general pattern for these first 5 states to implement these changes are sweetened beverages, soda, soft drinks, energy drinks, sweet teas, and sugary treats mostly. It seems like Iowa is the biggest one because it seems other items could potentially be blocked, like certain prepared foods, snack foods, sweetened bakery items. I guess we'll just kind of have to see where it goes. Now, with that being said, don't panic. It will still cover other stuff like fruits, vegetables, bread, rice, pasta, meat, poultry, fish, milk, eggs, dairy, seeds, food producing plants. And as of right now, those are the only 5 states implementing these changes. And these bans have been state approved through USDA food restriction waivers. So it is official. As always, I will continue monitoring this and updating you guys as information is released.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, there will be 18 states that will be implementing changes to their SNAP benefits program. Now, this is a long time coming with the Trump administration. Many people have been wanting to make changes so that people will quit buying soda, energy drinks, junk food, things like that. They have been wanting people to buy nutritious food to feed their family. Now, starting this January, there'll be about 5 states that will be affected by this immediately. Those states are Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia. In February, it'll be Idaho, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Effective in March, Colorado. Effective in April, Florida, Texas, and Virginia. Effective July, Arkansas and Tennessee. Effective in August, Hawaii and South Carolina. Effective in September, North Dakota. And effective in October, Missouri. For specific details on what things will be restricted, and each state's recipients should check the official SNAP communications website or the USDA Food and Nutrition Service website. So these are the different states that will be affected by the program coming up.
I wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody. And I was doing a little work today and ran across a post that I actually responded to. So the post was actually on KWTX News 10. And here's the post right here, but I'll go ahead and read it to you. It says, SNAP bans on soda, candy, and other foods take effect in these 5 states on New Year's Day, right? Probably clickbait. Okay. And they list the 5 foods, pretty much junk food, right? So on my post, you can say I only did 1 post. I said, good. No problem. This dude comes behind my post and says, Marshawn, cutting benefits for the most vulnerable makes you really, really happy, doesn't it? I'm sorry. I just said good. So I had to reply. I'm sorry. I had to reply because I just don't deal with ignorance. But I mean, I literally said what I said. Where in my post did I say that? You are highly uneducated for me to entertain. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to go there. But I will say this. Free junk food kills. And it really is not free. Taxpayers are paying for that. I'm going to keep going. If SNAP, S-N-A-P, stands for supplemental, I'm not going to go deep into this, but supplemental means to add. So that means you should be doing something to actually feed yourself, and this should be an addition. But I'm not going to go there. Supplemental nutrition. Okay, nutrition assistance. Nutrition assistance program. So if let me just read it the way I wrote it. If SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, how is junk food nutritional? And I said, and I probably shouldn't have did this part, but I said, some of you are just dumb as rocks. Because it's true. I mean, you have a program that's available to provide you food, additional assistance because of your low income. Not because it's supposed to be free for you and you live off the system. See, that's what's wrong with most of, let me change that. That's what's wrong with most Americans. They think that they're supposed to have a free lunch and nothing involved in that matter includes them actually giving back or providing or doing what they need to do for America. So if you want to be mad at me because you lost benefits for candy, sodas, and stuff that will likely, in the long run, kill you, put you in the hospital, diabetes, and stuff like that, then something's wrong with you. Something is very wrong with you because technically it should be for all the basic food groups, chicken, eggs, cheese, and those items. But yet you want to give your kids all this junk, ramen noodles and everything else, make them all fat, and then now we got to pay for their health care. That's a problem. So if you don't like my good and leave it there, then you know what you can do. Have a good day.
January 1st, 5 states will enact waivers, and you will only be able to buy certain things with your SNAP and EBT cards. Those 5 states are Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and Virginia. It's actually 18 states, and I'm going to go through each state, and I'm going to tell you exactly when and what they are banning. Listen closely, because I'm going to go fast. Indiana, starting tomorrow, January 1st, you won't be able to buy drinks or candy. Nebraska, they're banning soda and energy drinks tomorrow. Utah is banning soft drinks tomorrow. And Virginia is banning soda tomorrow. Iowa is the most restrictive state up to date. They are banning all taxable food items. They're banning soda, candy, candy-coated items, vitamins and minerals, and drinks with 50% or less fruit juice or vegetable juice. Oh, they're also banning chewing gum. You can't get chewing gum. Arkansas, starting July 1st, they're banning soda and drinks with less than 50% natural juice. Colorado starts March 1st. They're banning soft drinks. Florida, they don't have a date yet, but they are going to ban energy drinks, soda, candy, and prepared desserts. Hawaii is banning soft drinks starting August 1st. Idaho is banning soda and candy starting February 15th. Louisiana is going to ban soft drinks, energy drinks, and candy starting February 18th. Missouri is banning candy, prepared desserts, and certain unhealthy beverages starting October 1st. North Dakota is banning soft drinks, energy drinks, and candy starting September 1st. Oklahoma is banning soft drinks and candy starting February 15th. South Carolina, they're getting rid of candy, energy drinks, soft drinks, sweetened beverages starting August 31st. Tennessee is banning processed foods, soda, energy drinks, and candy starting July 31st. Texas is banning sweet drinks and candy starting April 1st. Virginia is banning sweetened beverages starting April 1st. So if your state is not on the list, they probably just don't give a shit about your health. I'm just joking. But according to Robert F. Kennedy, They are doing this because they can't force taxpayers to pay for a program that is causing people to become sick and then make them pay a second time to cure the illness that the program caused, such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, all that stuff. Now, I want to know what you think. Do you think that the government genuinely cares about what we feed our kids? Do you think that they're trying to push universal health care? Or do you think they just don't want our kids to eat good foods? Let me know.
We have been talking about it for a long time. We are finally at the mark where they're going to begin to implement the junk food ban in certain states. Now, 18 states have signed on total. We're starting with 5, and the other states are going to roll out the requirements starting this year, but not in January. This is a heated debate because a lot of people feel like the government is taking away their basic right to be able to choose what food they would want to eat just because they are poor. And then you have some people that feel like, well, if you got a problem with it, buy it with your own money. It doesn't really matter whether you agree with it or not. It's happening. Okay? It's happening. They're going to start implementing things. I feel like they're saying that they want Americans to be healthier and all that stuff. But it is true. We do have to start somewhere. But it is true that also a lot of the things that we do are unhealthy. And whether that's the chemicals that we ingest or use for cleaning products. But at the same time, we got to start somewhere. It's always hard to start something new than it is to continue doing it. So I feel like it's going to be hard in the beginning. This is just the beginning of a lot of changes that are going to happen with SNAP, in my opinion. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Check these videos out down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share this video. Follow me on TikTok at Chef Big Bang. See you in the next one. Foodie gang, gang, gang. Foodie gang, gang, gang.